my god. How did they
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. Hello, happy sunny day. What is up? So, today's video, we are doing another thrift store mystery box, but it's a little bit different than my previous thrift store mystery boxes because this specific company, which is Suki LA, is a vintage store that's based in Los Angeles that I absolutely love. I do just want to say this video is not sponsored. They did not send me this mystery box for free or anything. Literally, I was just on their website taking a look at their new drop and saw that they are now selling curated vintage mystery boxes, and I felt like because I already love their inventory that hopefully maybe it wouldn't be as big of a risk buying a mystery box from them. Although I have no idea what to expect. I haven't seen any reviews on their mystery boxes or videos or literally just anything about their mystery boxes. This could literally be such a big fail. So let's see what's in this mystery box. Although it's not a box, it's an envelope. Okay, before we actually open it up, I feel like I need to give a little bit more information about this specific mystery box, which is called on the Suki LA website, their curated selection of hand-picked vintage. Basically, what you end up doing is filling out a questionnaire of, what you're looking for. It'll be like, okay, pick like 3 to 5 of these specific styles that you were wanting. They also asked to include your Pinterest and possibly your Instagram and just kind of like any information to kind of help whoever is making this box as good as possible. And it ranges from $44 for 3 items to $62 for 5 items, which is the one that I ended up doing. On their questionnaire, I ended up saying that I'm looking for mini dresses, maxi dresses, prairie dresses, cotton sweatshirts, like a bunch of, I'm not gonna say every single one, I'll put it on the screen, and then what kind of prints I'm into. So mainly solids, floral, plaid, gingham, cow. It does say obviously like my measurements and stuff, what kind of sizing I like. I put different sizing for any type of different item. So like a crew neck fit is different than what I would want in a like blouse fit. So I just kind of put that description on there so they would know. And then it did ask for what decades I'm looking for. And that question really took me a while to figure it out because I don't really know if there's a particular decade that I'm super into. I ended up putting 50s and 90s. I think I do like 90s fashion in general. And then 50s, I like some of the silhouettes to an extent. So I kind of just put those, and I'm hoping it doesn't like screw myself over because I just didn't know the right decade, which, okay, let's finally open this up. And I'm quite surprised that 5 items honestly fit in this. I do see velvet and possibly a sweater. Oh my god. How did they, I did in fact get a sweater vest. I originally bought this in the beginning of December. Like I literally put in my order on December 8th. So this was before I said I wasn't gonna buy any more sweater vests. The cool part is I actually don't own a sweater vest like this, particular in the color. Like obviously I own a sweater vest like this, but specifically it being lawn and black, I technically do not own. And the thing is, like, it's really hard for me not to wear a sweater vest. This is definitely not helping because now I just am gonna wanna wear this all the time. Already, this is like doing good. The next thing is this top, which is originally from Carlisle. It is in a size 4 and it is 100% silk. And this is interesting. I think I definitely can style it in a cool way. It has a little bit of, does it have shoulder pads? I can't really tell. No, it doesn't. It has like this little extra bit inside, which I do think it used to have shoulder pads based on this little like material right there. But I mean, I wouldn't normally necessarily pick this up if I saw it at the thrift store, but I think it does go with my style. The only thing is the like collar part, I'm kind of confused. Like it's just an interesting, it's not a proper straight collar. It's almost kind of reminds me of like a cowl neck. Then I have this floral button up. Honestly, wow, this is actually really cute. I probably wouldn't have picked it up at the thrift store, but I really like it. I feel like this is such a cute little spring top. It's from Jones, New York, and it is also 100% silk. And I also really love that it is kind of a shorter like sleeve. I think that's really interesting. Definitely right right now I'm kind of into blacks and some more browns just because we're still kind of in like winter time, but definitely will be excited to rock this. Which, speaking of kind of winter time and darker colors, I think this piece kind of goes with that perfectly, which is this almost cream off-white button up. I love the collar. It is velvet and I just think that's such an interesting little addition to the top, and I think this is honestly really pretty. Ooh, the buttons are also velvet, which I think is honestly amazing. It is 96% silk, and I feel like styling this would honestly be perfect right now. I think this is where some of my style is kind of going into. And then I do have a sweater, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of not in love with. It's kind of just like, okay. It has, you know, the grays and the blacks. I'm assuming maybe it's because of like 90s fashion with like having this kind of like tucked in. Maybe that makes sense. I definitely like, I'll wear it. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it is cute. It's just not something, like if I saw it at the thrift store, I wouldn't think it's anything interesting to get. It is 100% cashmere. It is by the company Saffron, and definitely the tones of all of these are kind of these like blacks, creams, you know, the blue in there. So nothing super colorful, but let's try them on. And then kind of after I do the try on, I'll give kind of like my final thoughts. Obviously, I love the sweater vest. It is definitely my favorite piece in this mystery box. I really love the material. It's not itchy. It's super easy to tuck in. I love just the whole structure of the top, and I'm just so excited, honestly, to wear this. This is gonna be the sweater vest that like may have competition with my green sweater vest that I love so much, but there is something about a good just like black one that will just kind of go with everything. I'm honestly shocked about this one because when I first pulled it out, I was like, this one is gonna be like a super no, I'm going to hate this one. But surprisingly, I think it is so cute, and kind of with what I showed inside, the little extra fabric gives the illusion of having shoulder pads, but shoulder pads that are then just on the end. Like, it's the perfect point on the shoulder. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed with the silhouette of this top. I really like the pattern of it. Literally my only con is the stupid collar. I hate it so much. Like, why couldn't it just been a normal collar? Like, I would have loved that so much more, but that definitely doesn't deter me from wearing it, and I am like pleasantly surprised with this one. And I feel like a lot of people may see this and be like, really? You like that? Like, it's not that interesting. But when it comes to button-ups, I've been wanting to get more into them in different styles and different patterns and different colors. And so this honestly really aligns with what I have been like pinning and what I've been kind of more gravitating towards when it comes to style. This button-up I think is really nice. I think it's very pretty. It fits well. I feel like it will be really good during springtime. It's definitely like a safe item in that, like, I think it's kind of perfect for anyone, to be honest. My only con with it is the structure of the bottom of the button up. So basically, if I undo it, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it kind of like goes down and then goes up. When I was tucking it in, I found that the sides were coming out, and so it was like showing my skin, but then the front parts were like fully tucked in, and definitely a little small nitpicky type of thing, which is very personal to me, but it is a little bit annoying in that, like, I feel like I can't really tuck it in because there will always be the side pieces kind of sticking out, and I think it's fine untucked. I just think personally, for my like personal style, I like to usually tuck in everything, so it is a little bit off. Maybe with a skirt untucked it would look pretty. I just think with jeans being untucked, it's just kind of like, okay. This top I'm a little bit conflicted about. There are a couple of imperfections that I'm kind of bummed about, and number one is the button on the left side. It doesn't have the velvet kind of cover as all the other buttons do. Not that big of a deal, but it is something that I do notice. Number two, it is missing a button right at the top of the collar. There is a clasp that is supposed to button up to make it like fully buttoned, and I think that would be really cute even just by itself, but even like layered with different things. But because it doesn't have that, it's just kind of open, which isn't a big deal, but it's just something that I'm like, oh, I wish there was a button there. Obviously, I can sew one on there if I really want. Again, it is vintage. Totally understand with items having imperfections, which I feel like if it's a sole item being sold, then adding those imperfections, it makes you feel a little bit better versus receiving it in a mystery box and not knowing that it was going to have imperfections. Which, number 3, there is a stain on one of the shoulders, kind of in the back. It's really not that big, but again, it's something that I did notice, and I was like, oh wow, there's like 3 things on the shirt that are kind of like imperfections. So I'd say the sweater, it's okay. I mean, I'm not super into geometric shapes on things just in general, which is like a personal thing, and obviously they wouldn't have known that, but I do have to say this sweater is so freaking soft. Like, it is so soft. I went back and forth if I would actually wear this, and I think I would, just with like my leather blazer. It wouldn't be a sweater I necessarily automatically gravitate towards. It kind of doesn't do anything for me, but just in the fact that it's soft and it is neutral, it kind of goes with everything. It's nothing just like overly dramatic. It's just kind of there, but it's really comfy. Alrighty, so I have tried everything on, and I'm feeling a little bit conflicted on honestly my thoughts, because I'm going back and forth in my mind if I would recommend this mystery box. And to be honest, I feel like I would have to give it another go with maybe more like descriptions of things I'm looking for, or maybe pay. I mean, the thing is, based on the Pinterest board I sent, I think they did do a pretty good job on like the whole vibe. I would be interested to do it based on a Pinterest board that has a little bit more color and see kind of what pieces would be included in that. And so I don't want to, I guess, judge it based on the Pinterest board I sent, when, I mean, again, that is kind of my style, but specifically like with the sweater, like I think I was really hoping for just like a colorful, funky sweater. And also I was really hoping they would send me a dress, just because Suki LA like has so many beautiful dresses, but I think it's based on, again, my Pinterest board where I didn't really have that kind of style on there. So they probably were like, okay, she said she wants a prairie dress. Yeah, on her Pinterest board, it's not really that style. So I think they were just trying to figure out what would hopefully make me the most happy. And again, overall, I think it was good. There definitely are some standout pieces. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the Thrift Store mystery box, and maybe my like viewpoint is a little bit clouded because I do really like to vintage shop, but I think I was honest on the like cons. But yeah, if you guys do like thrifting and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I'll see you guys on Sunday with a brand new Sunday video. I hope you have a super sunny day, and I love you lots. Bye!